Welcome back, everybody. It's Armed Akil, your armed auntie. Today I want to answer a question that I get a lot since my transition. Since I transitioned particularly because I transitioned so late in life, and that's the question of whether or not I was lying to someone, particularly family, about being a man. So there were kind of two coming out phases in my life. The first attempt was in 1995. I was 20 years old, and it was relatively limited in scope because the only people that were there were my psychiatrist, my mother, and my father, and of course me. And after the testing, the the psychiatrist came back with my diagnosis telling me that I had a fault in my core gender identity, but it didn't meet uh, the clinical standards set forth in the DSM-4, excuse me. So I had to go forward living as a man, whether I wanted to or not, because there simply I didn't meet the criteria. So whether or not I liked being a man or not, this was my reality. Um, so no, I wasn't lying about being a man. I genuinely thought that I was, but I had an issue with my gender identity. Um, but it didn't meet the criteria for gender identity disorder. So it wasn't a lie. It was, I presented what I knew to be fact. There was no denying it. And then when I found out that uh, the the criteria for gender dysphoria had changed, uh, I sought reevaluation and came back positive for gender dysphoria. And when I did, I went to everyone within probably a matter of 30 days, and a lot of people I went to prior to that actual diagnosis because I wanted to let my friends and chosen family know that this was going to be a thing. Um, because nobody does this shit on their own. Um, or I should say nobody should, because it's a fucking hard road. So once I knew, they knew. That's not the same for everybody else. Um, People have differing standards for what they let people in on, and sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. Some people are more open, some people aren't. Uh, so there is no lying. Everybody operates within their comfort zone, and I think to to presume that uh, is to presume worst intentions, which is not it's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for your relationship either. Um, this is this is a decision that has a lot of legal and social ramifications, and sometimes it can be a matter of life and death, both to not transition or to transition. One is a self-imposed death. One is a an externally imposed death. So that's the decision making, and it's not that they're lying to you. It's that they're trying to figure out what is the best course of decision and dissemination that works for them and their situation. Now, if you feel some kind of way about it after hearing that, that's on you. Um, but from the view from the inside is that there are a lot of ramifications and that being I mean, at some point you're forced to be public about it because uh, noticeable changes will happen in terms of hormone therapy or surgeries, name change, all of those make transition a public process. So you're going to find out eventually, but respect people's timeline for when you need to know. And understand that if you're an asshole, they might not want to let you in either on the front end, or they may decide that you're enough of an asshole that you just don't need to be a part of their life. And you have to accept responsibility for it. If you value that relationship, don't be an asshole. Um, so that's my piece about, it's like, are you lying about being your original gender? The answer is no, not really. Um, some people may see it differently. That's on them. Anyhow, y'all be safe, be well, take charge.